Also new at 11, a Black Lives Matter rally and march happened in Rochester late this afternoon. The event was organized by the Community Justice Initiative. Supporters gathered with masks and signs at the Liberty Pole before taking to the streets. This is the 8th straight week of demonstrations downtown in support of the cause.
So let's break this down real quick. For the 8th straight weekend, 8th consecutive weekend, Black Lives Matter members took to the streets of Rochester, New York to protest. And for the 8th straight consecutive weekend, Black Lives Matter members in Rochester, New York completely ignored black-on-black violence, senseless killings, senseless shootings, senseless stabbings going on in Rochester, New York. In fact, just last weekend, July 4th weekend, was one of Rochester, New York's most violent weekends in history. Roll the video.
Begin tonight with breaking news. Police now say a triple shooting in Rochester was a shootout, and they have a suspect. At about 12:30 this morning, a 17-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 33-year-old were shot on Chili Avenue. Police report actually seeing a man firing a gun and arrested 34-year-old Shala Sherman of Rochester. Now police say Sherman was not the only person firing a gun, and more arrests are likely. The victims have serious injuries, but they are improving. That shooting was just one of 12 Rochester police dealt with Saturday and today. 4 shootings happened yesterday. Then this morning, 15 minutes after the triple shooting on Chili Avenue, a man was critically injured on Rugby Avenue. He is in stable condition. A 46-year-old woman is recovering after she was stabbed about 2:15 a.m. in the area of Jefferson Avenue and Tremont Street. And a 27-year-old man was shot on Lyle Avenue at 4:30 this morning. A 16-year-old was shot in the area of Pennsylvania Avenue, and a 22-year-old was shot on North Street this afternoon.
Like I said, that was just last weekend, July 4th weekend in Rochester, New York. One of the most violent weekends in history, in Rochester, New York history. But again, Black Lives Matter is nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be heard, denouncing, right? Condemning, right? Calling out the senseless violence, the senseless shootings, and the senseless killings in Rochester, New York. And that is exactly why I will continue to call out the blatant, disgusting hypocrisy of Black Lives Matter and their outright refusal to denounce, to condemn the senseless shootings, the senseless violence, the senseless killings, not just in Rochester, New York, but throughout the country, in places like Chicago, where children cannot even play outside, where children can't even be safe in their homes from stray bullets.